My name is Cheryl. I'm 38 years old. I live in New York City. Or at least, I used to think I lived there. Now I'm not sure where I live anymore. I'm not sure who I am anymore. This is a letter I will never send because some words are too heavy to deliver in person. Some truths are too sharp to hand to someone face to face. So I'm writing this down. Not for you, Daniel. Not really. I'm writing this for me. I need to say it out loud, even if only to the silence. We met 11 years ago. Do you remember? It was at that little coffee shop on Fifth Avenue, the one with the green awning that's been replaced 3 times since then. You spilled your coffee on my coat. You were so embarrassed. You apologized 4 times. You offered to pay for the dry cleaning. I laughed and told you it was fine. It was an old coat anyway. That was the beginning of us. I remember thinking, this man is clumsy and kind, and I love that about you. I love that you were real, that you didn't try to be smooth or impressive. You were just you. We dated for 2 years before you proposed. I still have the photo from that night, Central Park, November. You were shaking. Not from the cold, I know that now. You were nervous. You got down on one knee and you said, Cheryl, I don't want to spend a single day of my life without you. I believed you. God, I believed every word. We built something together, a home, a life. We argued about paint colors and vacation destinations and whose turn it was to do the dishes. We stayed up too late watching movies we'd both already seen. We held each other through your mother's illness, through my miscarriage, the one we never really talked about after, the one that left a silence between us that I always thought we'd eventually fill. Maybe we never did fill it. Maybe that's where everything started to unravel. I don't know. I've been going over it in my mind every single night for the past 3 weeks, and I still don't know. 3 weeks ago, my best friend called me. Her name is Rachel. She's a doctor, an OB-GYN. She works at a clinic in Midtown. We've been friends since college. She knows me better than almost anyone. She called me on a Tuesday evening. I remember because I was making pasta, the kind you like, with the sun-dried tomatoes. I had the radio on. Some old song was playing. And then my phone rang. Rachel sounded strange. Her voice was careful in a way that immediately made my stomach drop. I turned off the stove. I sat down at the kitchen table. She said, Cheryl, I need to tell you something, and I need you to know that I'm telling you because I love you and because I couldn't live with myself if I didn't. I said, okay, just like that. Okay, like I was agreeing to something small. She told me that a young woman had come to her clinic, a patient. She was there because she was having trouble conceiving. She'd been trying for a while, she said, but her partner didn't know she was trying. In fact, her partner had told her he didn't want children, ever. But she wanted them desperately. And so she had been secretly trying to get pregnant, hoping that once it happened, he would come around. Rachel said the woman talked about this man, about how much she loved him, about how he was older, married, but that he was going to leave his wife eventually. He had promised her. She was certain of it. And then the woman mentioned his name. Daniel. She mentioned that he worked in finance, that he lived on the Upper West Side, that his wife's name was Cheryl. I sat at that kitchen table for a very long time after Rachel hung up. The pasta was cold. The radio was still playing. Some other song now. I couldn't tell you what it was. I couldn't hear anything. There was just this ringing in my ears and this strange hollow feeling in my chest, like something had been removed quietly, without my permission. I thought about calling you. I had my phone in my hand. Your name was right there on the screen. I put it down. I thought about all the evenings you came home late, all the weekends you said you had work, all the times you were distracted at dinner, looking at your phone under the table, smiling at something I wasn't supposed to see. I had noticed. Of course I had noticed. But I had told myself stories. I had built explanations. I had chosen over and over again to believe in us. Because that's what you do when you love someone. You trust them. You give them the benefit of the doubt. You don't go looking for reasons to be afraid. What I keep coming back to, what I cannot stop thinking about, is her. This woman. This girl, really. She came to my friend's clinic because she wanted a baby. She wanted a family, and the man she was counting on to give her that family was already supposed to have one. With me? I wonder what she looks like. I wonder how old she is. I wonder if she knows, really knows what she's part of, or if she's just as lost as I am, just as convinced that the version of you she knows is the real one. Maybe you told her the same things you told me. Maybe you got down on one knee for her too in some park somewhere and said, "I don't want to spend a single day of my life without you." Maybe you got down on one knee for her too in some park somewhere and said, "I don't want to spend a single day of my life without you." Maybe those words mean nothing at all when they come from your mouth. I haven't confronted you yet, Daniel. I know that surprises you. If you ever read this, which you won't, you probably think I would have come to you immediately, screaming, crying, demanding answers. But I'm not ready for that yet, because once I say it out loud to you, it becomes something we have to deal with together. And right now, I need it to be mine. This pain, this knowledge. I need to hold it for a little while longer before I hand it over to you to manage and explain and minimize. Because I know you. I know how you talk. I know how you can make things sound reasonable when they are not. And I'm not ready to be talked out of my own feelings. So instead, I'm writing this letter to you that you'll never read. I want you to know something, Daniel. Even now, even in the middle of all of this, I don't hate you. I wish I did. It would be so much easier. What I feel is something much harder than hate. It's grief. It's grief. It's the grief of losing someone who is still standing right in front of you. The grief of realizing that the life you thought you were living was only half real. I grieve the man I thought you were. I grieve the marriage I thought we had. I grieve the future I had planned, quietly, privately, in the back of my mind. The trips we were going to take, the house we talked about upstate, the dog we kept saying we'd get someday. I grieve all of it. And I grieve for that woman in Rachel's office too, because whatever she is to you, whatever you told her, whatever you promised her, she is also someone who deserves the truth. Someone who is making decisions about her life based on a lie. We both are. I don't know what happens next. I don't know who I'll be on the other side of this. But I know one thing. I will not disappear quietly. I am Cheryl. I am 38 years old. I live in New York City, and I deserve better than this. This is the letter I never sent you. Maybe someday I won't need to.